APAC on the blue side, in which they won both of the games against FPX. So we can see them now threatening for first picks on these meta champions. Maybe they would want to pick up the Camille, or maybe they would want to be the one to use a Jax that actually was the first Jax we have seen win in the whole of 20 and of this tournament. I mean,
yeah, I mean, since then we really haven't. While it was the first one we saw win, it wasn't the one that we saw win the best. So
yeah.
That came yesterday in the KBG versus Thundertalk game.
No, versus
sorry, KT versus Cerberus, where the Jax absolutely was the key to the game, and that wasn't really common, even though it did win already before. So hopefully we see something a bit more creative this time. So we still got kind of the standard bans, a little bit of respect ban here on the Akali as well. Nautilus, though, I don't see that as being like
Camille?
a super good ban.
Camille is open. EDG had a fantastic performance with his champion, so they will first pick it for sure. Yep. Basically, I have predicted this, and it does make a lot of sense. OMG will have their hands though on the Ziggs and possibly the Galio again, in which 1-on-1 actually did a pretty good job, stalling out the game. I think he was actually the last barrier of EDG to penetrate in that game number 1. And we are going to be looking forward to seeing him once again with his champion, though they are hovering the Fiora as of the moment to try and maybe contest EDG here. But take note that EDG actually used the Camille in the mid lane by you, not on the Baron lane by Xiao Jiang. So they can actually flex this in the mid lane or even jungle. I mean, this champion has a massive amount of experience being used in all solo role lanes and also jungle as well. OMG actually picks up the Jace alongside with Fiora.
That's pretty good, because Jace can get into the jungle as well as in any of the solo lanes. So very flexible champion.
So they are going to be giving the Gragas away. Ooh, this is going to be a huge one. I actually went silent about this if ever OMG or EDG gets it. But
Aatrox.
we do see EDG being the one to actually prioritize the Aatrox. Given that the Gwen is available for the taking, they will just trade it out. And OMG will be the one to possess this champion. What we so far have seen today being used once by Invade Gaming, and Merlin had a really good time using this champion. But let's see if Enyan or Whitecat, depending on who is actually going to be using this champion, have a good time as well with the Gwen. Because EDG, they're backing up this lineup with so much engage power. The only thing they need right now is maybe a Karma. But, oh, okay. OMG has read it completely, which is pretty good.
They were like, no Karma for you. Good ban there.
I'm gonna be whispering something that is open, a Yumi, and it hasn't been banned away for quite a while. But take note, OMG is actually the one who will be able to pick a champion in this second pick phase. So they have a chance to steal this Yumi out. But if they don't snuff it, sniff out the intention here of EDG, then it's going to be very it can be a tool for EDG in picking up this Yumi for the Aatrox. And when you pair these champions together, it's just so irritating. Though they do have the Gragas, so I mean that is already like the support line here for EDG. Just really looking forward to seeing the Aatrox Yumi once again.
Definitely. I mean, the Aatrox, it has a ban percent of 92 and a pick percent of 8%. So this Aatrox has been either banned or picked in every single game in the Wild Rift League Asia regular season so far. Now this Zed though on you, they did ban this out against SMK earlier, but now with you on the Zed, I'm still looking a little bit iffy, but with the Aatrox, this could still be a really really good pick because you have the Aatrox in the front absorbing literally every single point of damage, and the Zed can just go for those assassinations on the Porky and maybe the Gwen. The set though for Monster, I like seeing that. We saw a really good set yesterday too.
Well, the thing I'm really excited about right now is that, well, not only are we gonna be able to see again alone picking up this Orianna, but also we are gonna be seeing you on the Zed, and he is really strong on this champion. And they also recently against FPX went against a Zed by Sky twice in a row, but it simply wasn't enough to actually take down EDG. And now it's gonna be you to be performing massive amount of outplays with this Zed pick off. And this is actually a really clean lineup that EDG has drafted. You have good early game, you have massive amount of scaling, you have good engage and also disengage. Wave clear as well is really open here for EDG because you have the Orianna. So in terms of finding a weakness in this draft, it's going to be very difficult for OMG. But let's see if the set can have a big factor in this game as well. This is the second time we are going to be seeing it. In the first time we have seen it is actually the MVP of that particular batch. Let's see if OMG can pull off a game number 3.
Alright, so now let's get into the game. We are going to be going into Summoner's Rift, ladies and gentlemen. EDG, they are at match point. OMG, can they stem the tides here? Because it is very difficult to go up against EDG, one of the top Chinese teams right now. And definitely with some of the most talented players in the country, in the region, if not the planet at the moment in Wild Rift.
Yep, that is a good statement to say. I mean, the CN Conference is basically the ones dominating the Wild Rift scene as of the moment, especially in their very, very highly competitive region. And we do see the APAC region teams as well, you know, trying to compete against the CN Conference, some of which have won already. But in here, it's still just a CN Conference versus CN Chinese region team. OMG just gonna be playing it slow as well in the early game. I think in this match we might actually see this game very similar to game number 1, since all these champions, almost all, actually would love to scale into the late game, except for the one of you and SMK, and maybe a little bit onto Whitecat and Xiaozhang, since they're gonna be looking to bully each other out, just have that leverage in the laning phase.
I mean, all champions will be able to better, you know, amount of those hypers are a whole different story. I mean, you though, he can, like, he has a really good, he's effective in the mid, he's able to get some kills going, but EDG has been played to have been super late, incredibly late. They don't really want to give up much, neither does OMG. That said, is going to on just because it knows that that's going to be the place. Look at this, everybody from EDG backing at the same time, getting a reset for the entire right now. That does give some breathing room here. Just
this is the preparation before the first objective, wherein they are going to be forcing out a fight and try to get something across the map. I am gonna give the edge actually towards the side of EDG, despite OMG having this Jace doing massive amount of impact in the game. Top side though, Xiaozhang and Whitecat do too well. But the Hextech Ultimatum is not gonna push through for Xiaozhang. Respecting the oh! Mid lane! Oh no! You actually fell down!
You found out, you messed around and found out, you actually great kill there. Barely got into his ultimate. And that is the first blood. Or sorry, that's 2 kills already. 1 now. Whitecat is the next target maybe from Hootie, but no, Monster is there to keep him safe as well. 1 for 1 here, but it was the Gwen who got the kill on the Zed instead of the J. So that is going to accelerate the Zed a little bit, but not as much as he would have liked if he got a scot free. But that does mean that you does have the freedom to kind of start roaming out. Wow, that shock blast still did hella damage right now.
Yeah, SMK definitely, you know, preventing you from having any influence so far in this early game. Him dying signifies that he might actually struggle a little bit more in the next coming minutes, especially with the objectives spawning up in the next minute exactly. Ocean Dragon and a Rift Herald. EDG might actually be a bit interested in the RH, but given that OMG wants to get this dragon, it might actually force them to rotate in the bot lane after this.
Though, he's going to go into this. There's the explosive cast, and now Monster is in a lot of trouble. He's going to be flashing out, but will he be going down? Hexic ultimatum goes up, and he does go for the showstopper. He stops the show, and he stops him getting killed for just a little bit, but he does still go down. 1 for 1 though, because a little bit too far on the dive by the Camille means that the game is still even.
Yeah, that was a little bit over ambitious there by EDG. Yeah, you do have the capability to kill one, but there is a big chance for the enemy team to actually stop them, and it actually is quite difficult to kill the set. That buying of time by Monster just allowed OMG to get that 1 for 1. Oh, actually a 3 kills if ever OMG was able to close in the distance, and Monster is going to be a big problem here in the fight, especially with the Haymaker and the Showstopper. Basically, those two skills are just what makes the set so irritating in a fight. It is an exchange of objectives. OMG actually going to be going with the scaling one, but EDG wants to actually take this tier 1 tower down.
Yeah, and EDG, they are risking it all for this tower. They are risking it all for the dive. Monster is incredibly low, and Xiao Zhang goes on him once again, and he goes for the showstopper right back into tower rage, and Xiao Zhang is the one who pays for his life. Right Cat is there. He does get another kill, and this means that Chengdo, he does have to kill White Cat in order to make it even, but the tower's going to go down to the Rift Herald while he's there. And the Aatrox, oh my god, he got riposted! The parry, keeping White Cat alive and killing Chengdo almost. But he gets back and is able to heal, but that turret will be going down to the Rift Herald. That means that OMG, they have 1 more kill now, and EDG, they are playing a little bit more aggressively, a little bit more proactively, but are they going a little bit too far?
I mean, if you take the gold into account after that RH, actually it is kind of a win here by OMG, plus the good funneling going towards White Cat is really massive here for OMG. He's actually the one who can create some problems here from EDG, especially with the side gate control. If you can win against the Zed, against the Camille, and against the Aatrox, then it would force EDG to send out more people over to side lane. If they send out more people, then OMG can actually cut them in a fight and cross them in their paths. Right now, we do see Inyan actually having a 2-0 scoreline for him, same as White Cat, and both of these champions are actually going to be very scary towards the late game. And the SMK, I think his job right now is just for split push primarily, since it does possess the Hullbreaker. Typical Jace in the side lanes. Yep. Ooh, 1v1 again.
Okay, now the big 1v1. White Cat, he does go incredibly low. Xiao Zhang does not have the Hextech ultimatum there to chase him down and keep him locked down, so that is a little bit of a failed 1v1 right there. A great attempt, but sadly the Fiora was a little bit too slippery.
Oh yeah. I mean, you have your lunges to just escape. And it was still a relatively good win by Xiao Zhang, at the very least. At least on the side lanes, he does have full control. And if White Cat overextends even a little bit, he will get punished. That's basically what the Xiao Zhang is saying right now in the top lane. So far, OMG might need to send out a couple of more resources, but mid lane is a bit of a contest as of the meantime. No objective just yet. It's basically just them sizing up onto each other, trying to get more vision inside third their jungle camps so that they can track each other down. But with SMK alone here in the bottom
lane.
lane.
Dive. Yeah, Shangdao's gonna go on to SMK, but he does knock them both back as he is a Jace. He goes back though, and Shangdao's still tanking turret. He just barely survives. Hootie is now there though. He tries to go for assassination with the Gragas, but not quite. This is just everybody escaping by the skin of their teeth, Yang.
Yeah, I mean, even SMK almost killed Shangdao earlier. It was just so fortunate that the cannon minion took the damage from the shock blast. If there was no cannon minion, that could have been a kill. That could have been one big outplay in the bottom lane. Oh yeah.
Now Inyan is in a little bit of danger here. I love how proactive EDG is being, but you know, basically the game is still even. The objectives have not really been super fought over for. They're not really in a team fighting mood, both of these teams. They're more in a, alright, we just want to be safe. We want to bring this to the late game where we have our advantages, which, you know, may be great in some cases, but well, I think that just puts the ticking time bomb on the Zed to when he is you know, a lot less effective than he should be. This could be the first team fight though, as they are fighting over Rift Herald. Shangdao still on it, the rest of OMG, all five of them are coming in. Showstopper is there, Monster is now locked down, but he has a huge shield, and the explosive gas splits up the fight, and they do get Monster, and now they're gonna be going on to Whitecat and SMK. Shangdao, he does get the kill onto the Fiora, and now another kill onto the Corki. Everybody from OMG are now falling like dominoes one after the other. SMK gonna go down. Inyan, the last man standing. Can he get away? Yes, he can. It's a 4-4-1, and the Rift Herald is on EDG's side. So that was everything that EDG needed to solidify their lead.
A calm has a pass, and suddenly EDG rains on them with their storm. And OMG simply cannot resist at all. That cast by Huria was very massive, splitting up the members of OMG, and then the flash by Shangdao was just cherry on top about all things. Look at this HP, no damage at all from that fight, because he can just sustain himself for days long, dealing maximum damage as well to every single member here of OMG. Now we're going for round 2, but OMG, I think they have to fall back here. Whitecat is getting caught.
Yeah, because Whitecat, he just kind of fell down there. The Dragon's still being taken down. Monster is incredibly low, and it is OMG who secured that. But EDG, they are now on the warpath. They have gotten one kill. They want more, and they will get more. They will get SMK. Ayan now the next on the list, as he is going to be facing on both the Aatrox and the Gwen, and he does get taken out. Sorry, the Camille. The Gwen was facing on the Aatrox and the Camille, and he will get taken out by the Camille. That's 3 more kills under the belt of EDG. They will happily trade a Drake for that.
And EDG is starting to build more a lead. 7,000 gold lead. Though OMG has taken both of the dragons so far, with Ocean and the Mountain Dragon, that's gonna help them in their scaling. But check out how difficult it was for them to actually take it. What was the cost for them to get this objective done? Whitecat got completely obliterated. Shangdao again popped up, though it was a good attempt by Monster to stall him out, to allow Inyan to actually get this dragon for themselves, but they lost 2-3 people just to get the objective. I think that is just more wins for EDG than OMG actually in this game.
Yeah, and EDG, they've swung the momentum solidly in their favor. They're now orchestrating a 2-0 if they can get to it. Because right now SMK is in the mix. He's gonna get Hextech ultimatum, but now Shangdao is there. There's nothing that Gwen can do. Inyan can just run away and give that pick over to EDG, because now they are looking for 30 monsters, even though a few is just in the mid lane. It is Shangdao and the jungler, the Camille, who is looking for picks, but that is going to be the Grog. It's coming out. They're just trying to get this turret. That shockwave will hit nobody, and OMG, they're still doing a pretty decent job of defending. While Xiao Shang, he may be going up against the Whitecat here. No, he's just gonna get out of there, going to reset for EDG, because now the Baron is on the map. They may want to fight.
Yeah, but OMG, I don't think they are going to be able to fight it out. Shangdao is just too fed in this game. 5 and 5, even Yu is having a bit of a good time right now. Despite him, you know, being bullied a little bit in the early game, especially by SMK and Monster. Right now, it's just everything on the board here of EDG. This 13-minute mark can be a little bit early, but looking at the gold, here is how we do see EDG. When they find an opportunity, they really create more ways for them to get the lead going for themselves. And OMG, we haven't seen them come back in this game just yet. That's a showstopper, though, on the Cheng Dao.
There's explosive cask as well. Cheng Dao. Yeah, he's out of there, and oh, almost. He actually got that red buff alone. He's only with the shockwave. That's a little bit annoying, but that was never going to be a huge fight, especially with EDG. They're positioning up towards the Baron. So the Baron lane will be the one that's going to be pushing down. They want to get this Baron done and dusted because OMG, what can they really do in a 5v5 team fight? Even with the set, even with all of that setup, as well as the Gwen and the Corki, they kind of still melt. Although Hootie, he does get the double body slam, and now the Zed is on there. He is square, right? But he doesn't do all too much in the bot lane. Xiaojiang, who is being very distracting. It's going to be a 4 versus 3 up here, and it's going to be all the kills coming in. The Zed ultimate coming onto Monster, and it does pop onto the shield. So he does get the kill on the set right now, but finally, Xiaojiang, who did get that set down. Next will be the Gwen, and finally in stasis still, one-on-one. One on Suka, more like he's gonna go down, and next SMK, they're just funneling one after the other into the hands of EDG. That was a 4 for absolutely nothing, all for free. And now what can he do in a 1 versus 5 as they start knocking on the Nexus door? EDG wants to finish his 2-0. They're like, alright, White Cat, what can you do? Absolutely nothing. He gets absolutely demolished by 5 members of the team, and EDG take the second game. They destroy the Nexus, and they end the series 2-0.
This time, it's not gonna be a long game. It is a 15-minute swift game by EDG. Definitely a stomp against OMG. And so far, they have been one of the most dominating teams right now in this tournament on the side of the CN Conference. 2-0 against FPX, 22 and 24 minutes. This time, it's ending up a much faster pace, as they continue to be an undefeated team here in the TN Conference. A selfie with these talented players is mandatory.
Yep. After every win, EDG, Edward Gaming. They have a long history as an organization